Welcome to another episode of the Creators Outlet Podcast, episode 220 right now. If you're watching us over on Twitch or Twitter, please consider joining us, the family, over on Creators Outlet on YouTube, and subscribe and get notified by ringing the bell anytime we go live, and check out all our hundreds of, almost thousands of hours of content up there. And if you are listening to this on the podcast, you can always go over to Creators Outlet on YouTube and see all the images that we're referring to. Right now, we'd like to welcome our old pal Zachary, graduate of the Kubert School of Art. So you've been up to quite a bit, I see, since last we talked about a year ago.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy, man. Right after Voice to Call, last time we spoke, we were speaking pretty much during the freshly launched campaign of Voice to Call.
Yeah.
I funded and I fulfilled the rewards. For this, I'm on Voyage Melting Pot Anthology Volume 2 now. It's a 200-page, 16-story hardcover with a dust jacket sci-fi, adventure, anthology novel. So I've been working on this book for pretty much a whole solid year with 23 other Cupid School graduates. A couple are still in school, but the rest of them are all out. And 90% of the book is pretty much done. I'm just waiting on the final stages of wrapping it all up, and I just decided to go ahead and launch that. So it's a big preparation.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you're going on the go big or go home motto, 200 pages, hardcover, dust jacket, and so much more. 37 backers, 28 days to go, at $1,473 of your $24,990 goal.
Yeah, we did okay-ish yesterday. I was hoping to see a little bit more, but it's a fight every day to go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna be on the grind, just hitting people up and being on my phone all the time, just doing all the legwork and whatnot.
Oh, I know. It's just and you guys did so much work on this. It's a little crazy.
Oh yeah, if you keep scrolling down, man, you're gonna see such amazing artwork. This stuff is just beautiful, and everybody that is on this book, their work just blows me away. I'm like so excited to bring this book in bring it into people's hands. Like all these characters are so diverse and separated from one another, but yet they tie in one big happy family, and it's just breathtaking stuff. I'm so excited, honestly.
Melting pot. And here's a list of creators that are being brought in. Some names I know, others that I'm learning. Because I've been, I guess you referred to Neff and I as the Illuminati. We are far from it. I've written some stuff. Haven't published anything, but usually I look at it and I reread it and I'm like, yeah, where's the trash bin? But I see Chris Campana on here, and Eddie Rios, and a couple other names that I recognize from being around. And this is the hardcover Dust Jacket, right?
Yep, that's the image. That's the first impression that it's going to give off to everybody. And I'll tell you right now, that's a hell of an impression. That's a great image.
You know, he's got the big sword, and I think he's going to hurt these guys.
Yeah, honestly, these characters right here are characters that's featured in my story called The Force Play. Yeah, I really wanted to include like the bounty hunters that was involved in my story. I felt like that was going to give a really good impact for this book as a good first impression. And Chris just went and rolled with it. Just really blew it out of the water. So, for this, I think honestly, it just even the mood of this image just sets the tone for this book. Like because all these people that's involved in it, we came kicking ass, with guns blazing, and this image is just ready to go ahead and make everyone thrilled about this impact that we're going to deliver. So I love this image for many, many reasons.
And Nick Capone on colors, I know that name quite well as too. He's worked with another creator friend of mine quite a bit.
Oh yeah, Nick Capone basically. Right now, he just recently funded with Sam Quinton from Sonderon Publishing, Reign of Ages issue 1, just last month. I was a backer of that. That book did really, really well. And Nick is doing colors for at least 4 to 5 of these stories that's featured into it. So there's 16 stories total. And a lot of the guys just did full finish process themselves. Like these two right here, Stephen Michedick on the left and Kenneth and Sandanya on the right. They have their own characters, Troglodyte the Barbarian and Air Rider. And they have like each person's got their really interesting style going on. They fleshed it all out. Just beautiful storytelling. Like I said, we all came from the Cooper School. Graduated. We know. We basically know what we're doing, and we're just trying to give the audience the best product that we can give.
Yeah, this is this is kind of like a heavy metal graphic novel right out of the Kubrick school.
Mm-hmm. This one right here, we got Austin Ronquillo on the left and Bob Harden, who's also an instructor at the Cooper School. And he's got a book that should be coming out this year called Seven Deadly Sinners with Chuck Dixon.
Nice.
He gave me a story called Rat Rod Daddy, which is a 30-page story featured in Voyage Melting Pot.
A 30-page story.
Yeah, like his story has the highest page count. It just shocked me when he was like, "Hey, I got 30 pages for you." I was like, "Okay." I wasn't gonna say no to that. That's more, more for the reader.
It it definitely fluffs up the page count for you, and in an anthology, you've got like one story that's like 30 pages. I think people are just going to be excited about that. It's not, it's not the standard, 10 to 15 page, anthology story.
No, none of us was playing around, man. We're gonna hit you on every single level.
And I got Bob's page looks mind blowing. Like the opening of the can and the spray, the liquid spray out, and
Oh yeah,
it's just astounding.
there's definitely a lot of Rat Think inspiration in that.
Oh yeah.
This one is Leonard Agrusty on the left. He did a pinup. He also edited the Kickstarter video, and I did the image on the right.
Yeah, and you've got all the all like the freeze frame boxes of him
Yeah,
walking up.
I thought that was cool. That's like
Yeah,
one of my favorite pages.
yeah, that's right. I was watching you guys on the Global Frequency channel,
Oh yeah, I saw you comment. That was like pretty dope.
and I like Leonard's piece there. It's kind of like your character, but like an Invader Zim like take on your character.
Oh yeah, he went. The colors are like pretty cool, like neon. It's just something you could hang on a tapestry on your wall. Honestly, it's just that
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, right? Curtis Dresser on the left, Bobby Chrysippus on the right. Uh, Curtis got a Wendigo story, like a horror theme out in the middle of the snow. And then Bobby Chrysippus has got this, Charles Manson, being shot off in space and, becomes resurrected. And, you're like, what happens from there? You're like, oh, well, he's got a grudge against Earth.
Wow. So is Curtis's piece going to remain black and white?
His the way that Curtis decided to tell the story is definitely going to be with black and white. And honestly, black and white really packs a punch with Curtis's style in this story.
Yeah. There's been a lot of like amazing black and white work that's been coming out of the indie scene, and a lot of horror stuff. And I've been buying the horror stuff, and I think a lot of it like lends more and
Yeah.
gives you kind of like the art will give you like the new school feel, but the tone of it will give you like that old school kind of like horror suspense feel through it.
This one, Michael Kreger is on the left and Jack French on the right. Michael Kreger decided to go ahead and bring Zone back from Dark Horse Comics Presents from the 80s and 90s and brings him back into this novel.
Wow.
Yeah. Zone is definitely an established character in the indie scene, and Jack French was from Volume 1. He also did a backup story in Voyage to Call. He's bringing Slothman back another time.
Oh, that's cool. You just brought me back in time with Dark Horse Presents. I remember buying those like in the
That was a
80s and
great
90s.
title. We got twins Megan and Kara Raff on the left with their useless knight trying to catch a fish, but is having a hard time. Then Stephen Beard on the right, written by Sam Wolliver, a pot-smoking demon named Scorn.
Oh yeah, that dragon. And I know from prior interviews today, just a few, that Steven's piece will be colored.
Oh yeah, his whole story's definitely going to be good. This was like in its various stages. I will be updating it once I get the colored pages, and I'm going to replace that instead.
Cool. Yeah, that's definitely some badassery dragon. It's got a different feel because usually you just see like a typical dragon like complete jawline, and this one you're seeing more of a more of a hellish version of a dragon.
Yeah, I mean the style just reminds me a lot of Trad Moore, and honestly, Steven, his work speaks a lot. Like he definitely puts a lot of detail in, but it's definitely readable, and I like that. On the left, we got Peter Clinton, who decided to go ahead and bring back Witch Hunter, who used to, be featured in Instagram on Room 23 Comics with a bunch of stories. And Peter, decided to continue that adventure here. And on the right hand side is a story that I'm doing called Force Play, where Sonderon, it's kind of like a smash and grab story. He's after an artifact, bounty hunters are after him. Who's going to win in the end? I guess we'll find out. But yeah, this on the right hand side is definitely pages done by me, colors done by Stephen Michedick.
Very cool. After an artifact and bounty hunters after him just makes me think, kind of like at the opening of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
That's a great movie too. This one is interesting because on the left hand side, it's a Cupid School student first year, Tyler Lanaz, and he's got a lot of raw talent right now. So he did a pinup for the book. And on the right hand side is a different form of storytelling, Brett Melograno. He has like this novel written story with spot illustrations.
Yes, I've got a few books like that, like a few hardcovers that are like done in that style.
Yeah, it's
And
interesting.
it's really cool to have like kind of like the prose version of a story written. It's just it's an illustrated story, but it's not in standard like comic graphic novel format. That's interesting.
Oh man, I love these. On the left hand side, Adam Quinones with his character Penny. And then on the right hand side, we got Eugene Zabrowski with his character Carson. You can see the boy in the first panel. But this is basically a story where this kid, Carson, gets sucked into a television set on an episode of Sonderon. Like I think Raiders of the Lost Ark, inspired story
Hmm.
where Sonderon is trying to go after an artifact, and this kid just comes out of nowhere, and they have to run from a bunch of things. A lot of different themes that you can definitely get from Indiana Jones. It's just a great story. The colors was done by Nick Capone, but all the black and white line art was definitely done by Eugene Zabrowski. And he absolutely murdered that story.
It looks amazing. Wow.
It's my favorite page of this whole story. I just love that page a lot. It's a great layout.
Yeah, it's just wow. And
And
the
here we go.
tears.
All the tears.
Dwarf Star Comic Tears, digital bundle.
That's right. We're going to give you all 3 books for $15 on a digital PDF.
And this is everything that's under the Dwarf Star banner, right?
So far, yeah.
Well, I mean, you had to finish up Kubrick School before you could, you had one book before you graduated, and then it dwarfed into a couple more.
Hell yeah. I didn't want to stop. For $40, you're going to get the digital bundle, the hardcover copy, and a desktop screen image.
Oh, that's sweet, dude.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to give everyone a lot of stuff. Just make sure it's a bang for their buck. $50, you're going to get everything I said before, plus a sketchbook featuring raw material of that wasn't used, but it was process work to get to the book for people's stories. And you're going to get a holographic print.
Ooh, holographic print,
Yep, 11 by 17.
shiny. I like shiny.
Hell yeah.
It distracts me from all the books that I haven't logged into my CLZ app yet.
It's going to look really nice. $75, you're going to get everything I said before, plus a t-shirt.
Trog and Pig Bar.
And then $200 is a commission tier. You're going to get everything I said before, plus Jack French's 9x12 commission of anything you want.
Oh, but look, that is dirt cheap.
200. Yeah, I've been being told. I'm hoping somebody grabs it because, yeah, dude, there's only 4 available for Jack because he's got a lot going on right now, and he's only got enough time for 4. So, I hope a lot of people grab that one before it sells out.
I mean, you're gonna get the digital bundle. You're gonna get the screensaver. You're gonna get the hardcover. You're gonna get the sketchbook, a T-shirt, and
A print.
the holographic print.
Yep.
And the commission.
Yep.
So what size commission is Jack doing?
He's doing a 9x12, but I tell you right now, that guy fills that paper. There's going to be no white on that.
Still, you should be paying like $350 just for a commission.
Yeah, but I also wanted to be reasonable for people.
Yeah.
Make sure they get a chance to own a piece.
So that's like a bargain and a half right there.
Mm-hmm. $250. You're gonna get 11x17 commission by me, with everything included.
$250 and a larger commission.
Yep, of anything you want.
Hey, so for under $500, you can double down and get 2 commissions, 9x12 and 11x17.
Yeah. And these are examples of what Jack French is capable of.
I know Neff really dug the Moon Knight, but I'm looking at that Judge Death, man.
Oh yeah, dude, Judge Death
That's
is
just sick.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
Or as DC calls him, the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah.
Such good work.
And these are a couple examples of me.
Martian Manhunter. It's pretty cool. And the T-shirt's gonna have the imprint on the sleeves.
Yep.
And the image of the holographic print.
Yep. And you're also going to get names of everyone on the book on the back, plus the title they worked on.
Oh, cool.
Like a rock concert tour poster.
Oh, yeah. Well, then, then they just have to wear the T-shirt if they hear one of you guys are appearing at a local con, so they can get the shirt signed.
Oh, yeah. That's what the desktop screen image is going to look like.
Oh, that's cool. That's just like freaky cool.
Yeah, that's going to be the hardcover. That's the image on the hardcover itself.
It's like he's trying to escape space COVID.
That's kind of the point. I told Bob to go crazy with it, and this is what he did. I was just like, oh, wow, it's amazing.
And to those that select Voyage the Call variant items listed below are all 10 variants. Wow.
That's going to be the $7 tier. That's like all the leftover variants that we got. So if somebody wants it, they're going to get a random variant.
Oh, so they can they get these as add-ons as well?
Yes, they can. They totally can.
Because I'm looking, I see. Oh man. So the first cover looks like a Dave Stevens PC Comics homage there.
Yeah, that's that one was done by me. The old EC Comics homage, to like how that layout was, and then the Amazing Fantasy 15 was also done by me on the bottom left.
Yeah, I spotted that one, and B kind of reminds me of a cover of the Max.
Oh yeah.
Wow, some great stuff here, dude.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I really dig that EC homage there. I just bought like an old Dave Stevens Alien Worlds from somebody for like $1 the other day. I'm like, dude, I'll give you $3 for it because it's just worth that. It was worth a lot more to me, but you know,
I agree.
I don't want to pass up a bargain. I've got books to back, you know. And this is the holographic print image.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this gonna look so cool. Stretch goals and all things that stick.
And then this is the image for the back cover.
Nice. Little poker action.
That was the film crew behind the shoot.
Oh, so that's actual makeup. I thought that was just like a face filter.
No, that was a lot of hard work to put that mask on.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a tough mask to make. I put a lot into it. It took me like a month and a half, and then I was surprised how well it fit once I got it on.
Wow, that's nuts.
And then every podcast show I do, I go ahead and attach the link right into the thing.
Oh, very cool.
Cross promotion.
Indie Volt, were you on them today?
I did that one last night.
Oops. I know you did that when I was watching. Oh, there I am. My head's exploding. Very cool. There's no risk here. These guys know what they're doing. It's everybody's job now just to get the book funded.
Yeah, I got a long way to go.
It's you're only 2 days in, and this is definitely a doable goal. A 200-page hardcover, plus many other awesome perks, and I mean, sketches. So your 11x17 sketches. How many are you limiting yourself to?
8. That's a lot. It's a lot of work, and I got to go ahead and do the best that I can to get that done in a reasonable time for people. So I'm only able to go ahead and do 8.
You just like to be busy as all get out.
I try not to think about it.
I try not to think about it. That's time on the campaign that I'm not sitting in front of the camera here.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I wanna take a look at this. There we go.
Let's see. Uncouple the umbilical resupply connect ports to the secondary external support to reconnect to the auxiliary fusion generator. You do realize it was only a few short months ago I was chopping down trees and hunting Terran fish.
Excuses. The damage we sustained is critical. If it isn't repaired, a complete structural failure will occur within 5 standard material cycles.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you're taking this so seriously.
Isn't there some kind of automatronic system, plutonium space modulator, something that can fix this?
I'm getting the feeling you just don't want to put in the work.
Feeling? I thought you don't have Now, how is that possible? Oh, hey, didn't see you there. That was kind of rude of me. It's been a while, huh? Well, as you can tell, we are in a bit of a jam. We're gonna be here for a while, and I definitely don't want to bore you. So, how about some stories? I'm still new to this explorer thing, but I've run into some pretty interesting characters, to say the least. So, while I'm straining my Sonderberries working on this ship, anyways, let me thrill you with some tales of action, adventure, mystery, and suspense. Welcome to Voyage 2.
Hey there, Voyagers. It's your favorite purple cometan, Sonderon. I know it's been a while since our last adventure, and you're probably wondering why I'm in this snowsuit. Because Earth is cold. Well, today I have a very special treat for all you Voyagers at home, and also some exciting news on my next thrilling adventure. I'm bringing you a cosmic menagerie of epic proportions. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. They say big things start with small beginnings. And before I was traversing the cosmic causeway, I was but a small, insignificant little speck of an idea in the mind of a young man here on planet Earth. That young man's name is Zachary Marois. Today, after all these years, I finally get to meet that young man. We sure have been on a lot of adventures since the years you created me. Yep, a lot of adventures. Let's tell the viewers about some of the adventures we've been on, especially Voyage Book 1 and Voyage The Call. So, that brings us to why we are here today. I'm excited to announce the next chapter in Dwarf Star Comics publishing history. Voyage, Book 2, Melting Pot.
That's right.
A collection and celebration of short stories and art from some of today's talented and up-and-coming storytellers.
So Voyage Book 1, that book was made when I was in the second year at the Cubert School. I did that with about 23, 21 Cubert School students. The story that you were in, you were actually, I don't know if you remember this, but you were up against the Dixarian mob. You helped free Italia. But in Voyage...
Love those guys.
Yeah, right? In Voyage the Call, though that one was pretty much where you were having your endless nights not sleeping, and you were going up against, like, this demon within. So you had to go to this, dead space, so to speak, and it, like, transported you to this dimensional demon. And that was like Voyage to Call. That book was supposed to be for Inktober, but I decided to go ahead and make that into a Kickstarter, which funded for Voyage Melting Pot. That one is supposed to be a sequel to the first Voyage anthology. This one's going to have 23 other Cubert School students. And, it's pretty much going to be the same premise as the first book, only you're more of the host in this book.
Will there be any scratch and sniff?
Do you know how expensive that is? Like,
just a thought.
That's probably a few grand just to add in. Like, the goal itself is $25,000.
So, it sounds like this book is on track to outdo the first anthology. How could fans get their hands on it?
The only way for fans to get their hands on it is to go ahead and pledge as a backer on Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Interesting. I would assume there's also some extra goodies fans can get a hold of with their pledges.
That's right.
Well, it sounds like it's a phenomenal project with a wide variety of eclectic characters and fantastic stories. Hopefully, you'll be a little kinder to me this time around. Like no dismemberments. All right, that's enough.
I gotta say, I think that's pretty much it. I said that all there. I said everything that I needed to say. I hope people back this book.
And with that, I think it's time to get out of this snowsuit. My sounder berries are sweating. I want to thank Zach for stopping by and giving us a peek into Dwarf Star Comics' new anthology, Voyage Book 2, Melting Pot. Make sure to pledge and support the book. I'm your favorite purple Tibetan, Sonderon. And I'll see you amongst the stars.
How far will you go for the adventure?
How far will you go for the adventure?
How far will you go for the
How
adventure?
far will you go for the adventure?
How 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 far would you go for adventure?
How far would you go for the adventure?
How far will 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 you go for the adventure?
I will do anything for adventure.
How far will you go for the adventure?
That was a pretty compelling trailer.
It was, man. I was excited when that thing got finished and sent back to me.
That's not a trailer. That's a movie, dude.
I think that was the intention I wanted, but I was just surprised that, I saw it how it was envisioned in my head in one way, and completely, better than what I had envisioned. So I was really happy with that video.
Well, so now I have questions about the mask because now that I know it wasn't a filter.
So making that mask, I think it was $150. I did a lot of latex, liquid latex to make molding clay. You've got to get a face molding, face cast of his head. They got to put plaster inside of it, rip the bandages off, wait till it dries, put wood glue over it, put clay on that, form the pieces that you need, and then start dabbing liquid latex on the mask. And then you rip the latex off very carefully. Then you gotta start adding cushioning underneath. It's a process, man, and every step is so fragile.
Yeah, it was completely fitted and makeup added to the neck to make it form. It was wow.
So I was frightened when the day came that I had to put it on his face because there was a little hiccup where the glue that was shipped to me dried rock solid, and I was freaking out. I had to wake up at 6, 7 in the morning, and then I had to drive to 20 Party Favor stores or Party City just to find one store that had a different solution to the glue to attach it to the face. And that was 40 minutes out, and I was just I had to race over there and get to the house. And somehow I still made it on time, which was shocking.
That's it's crazy. I like the touch of having all your creators that you worked with on the book, doing their little cameos, asking how far we're willing to go for adventure. Although I did become a little frightened when the creator came up after the twins. I'm like, ooh.
Oh yeah, and then when the beat dropped on the song in the background just went boom. I was like, ooh, man, I felt that. That was a good video. There was a lot of passion. You can tell there was a lot. Making this book, there's a lot of passion behind it. It's not like I'm trying to scalp anyone of money. I'm trying to give as much as I can to the best of my ability to everyone.
Yeah, I mean it's a 200-page hardcover with a dust jacket. I mean, and the price point that people are getting it for is just, ridiculous. You would expect, a 200-page hardcover from, major publishers that'd be like $150 book.
Something like that, yeah.
So at least 100 for 200-page hardcover. So this is a bargain. You can get some really low dough commissions from yourself and Nick, and it just there's a lot of great stuff on here. I mean, I would call the first tier, which is the digital tier. With the mail system this year, I have named that the any digital tier is automatically the Australian variant.
Right.
Because the price to ship to Australia is just
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous right now.
$5 now.
I think Rini that did Fiendish spent like $75 to ship one book to Australia.
Oh my god, man, that's rough.
I know. Simon Pothier had a couple that fulfilled with his Tales from the Natverse, and he's sending it by boat because it's going to save them both money in shipping. So,
wow,
it's but it's still like $45-$50 to go by boat. It'll take longer, but you're going to save like $25 in shipping. But
yeah, I was told it's just better if I don't do international right now at the moment. But I just offer the digital tier because dude, these people. This shipping thing is so ridiculous. It's just been, upping their prices like so much so. And I just feel bad, I feel really bad because I really want to give the product, but I don't want to like have them pay so much money just on the shipping, which outprices on the actual product itself. And that's just disgusting in my opinion.
Yeah, I know the guys at the crew over at Indievolt and RJ over at Critical Blast, working on ways to circumvent the ridiculous pricing. And I know, you ship anything to the UK and they want you to collect the tax, fill out the forms, and then give them the money. It's like, we left your country and came here for a reason. Nobody wants to pay taxes, and we don't want to pay taxes to a country, we're not living in. So,
Exactly.
But this is an awesome project. It looks great. I know we got to cut this, a little short because, we both have places to be. We actually both have another podcast to go to, like right away. So,
oh, do we? That's cool.
I'm gonna quickly grab a bite to eat and then go. I do an art stream at 11 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday night with Sean Howe.
Oh, that's so cool.
And so I've got that going. I got to wrap this, and all these episodes are uploaded to my podcast platform and will be available at Spotify, Apple, and anywhere else you can download a podcast. Check them out, follow them. Give us a 5-star review on Spotify because 5 stars is the correct amount of stars.
And as you know, your show is totally uploaded on Kickstarter.
Oh yes, that too. So thank you very much for that. It's awesome seeing my logo blown up onto onto the Kickstarter page. I totally appreciate that. And I wish you all the luck with this one.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna need it.
I'm on the mailing list now, so I'm like, I saw this earlier and joined on it. And I was like, this character looks so familiar. Why do I know? I know I've seen this dude before. I know it.
I mean, if I have you as a backer, man, that'd be so great. I can't wait for you to even like to figure out what's gonna go inside this book, like what's gonna happen, like things unfolding and whatnot. But honestly, man, dude, thank you for having me on the show. Like, dude, this is like it's such a blast to just to talk to people. It's an experience.
It's always a lot of fun to do these and get to talk to all the different creators from around the world. And it saves me money. It saves me that $75 ticket to go to a convention to talk to you there.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. So screw you, San Diego Comic-Con. Dude, I want to thank you very much for coming and hanging out. And we look forward to this being past successful for you. And I will look forward to getting my hands on this because I love me a hardcover, dude.
Yeah, thank you. Dude, it's like I said, I can't wait. I have so much excitement that sometimes I can't even explain it. But thank you again. I appreciate it.
Definitely follow Zachary and the crew and back this book. Check it out for yourselves and decide who you want them to draw a commission of for you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks. Until next time, this is Will for Creators Outlet and our guest, Zachary. We will catch you all later.